Hi everyone, and welcome to Paper Pumpkin Week here on Creative Chelsea. Today I'm sharing with you my third alternative card idea using the November 2024 Paper Pumpkin kit called Filled with Joy. The kit creates a total of 8 stockings and tags that you can fill with a treat or small gift, perfect for friends and family. If you'd like to watch me unbox the kit and create these original projects, or see any of my other alternatives, click on the playlist in the top right corner. I should also mention that the very first video after the unboxing video is my how to cut up the stocking. And we're going to be using one full stocking for all 5 alternatives this week. So if you've missed that video on how to cut it up, make sure to check it out before watching this one. I love the use of non-traditional colors on this card. By pulling in a pop of pink and light blue, we can brighten up not only the color scheme, but also someone's day. I will be sharing how you can stamp on fabric from the stockings and of course a little fussy cutting to mix and match the small ornaments with the paper piecing technique. I hope you love this card as much as I do. If you're new to Paper Pumpkin and are interested in getting your own monthly crafting kit, you can subscribe using the link in the description below. I love my subscribers and send them an exclusive card kit each month. This kit includes the cardstock and embellishments they need to make 2 of my exclusive card design with the stamp set and ink from that month's kit. I would love to be your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and help you with any questions you may have about Paper Pumpkin or Stampin' Up! Products. You can contact me through my email address listed at the bottom of the description in every video. Let's begin with the background of our card. And I'm using Flirty Flamingo, which is a coordinating color that they listed in the kit. Now, if you haven't seen where you can find the coordinating colors, they're just down here in the bottom right on the kind of instruction manual that they include. So it says coordinating Stampin' Up! Colors, Flirty Flamingo, Pool Party, Poppy Parade, Shaded Spruce, and Very Vanilla. And I have kept to most of those colors from all of my cards. There's one extra color that I've added, and I think that's going to be for tomorrow's card. But anyway, we're going to start by splattering, and I've got my little trusty splatter box here to try and prevent getting splatter everywhere. And I'm using my Poppy Parade Stampin' Right marker, and I'm just going to splatter some of this ink to the top half of my Flirty Flamingo cardstock. And it doesn't take quite as long for it to dry as when we were using our white ink on the last couple projects. So next we're going to grab the other top half of our stocking. Again, I mentioned we've already cut up our stocking. So if you've missed that, go check it out in that playlist link in the top right corner. Okay, so we're going to need that, and we need more of our stitched edge here. We're going to kind of do a similar look to that, and then we also need one of our stockings. Now, we did cut out a circle for yesterday's alternative, so we're going to be using this piece here, and let's start with that piece. I'm going to just trim this into a long rectangle with my rotary blade paper trimmer. And if you don't have this, you could use fabric scissors. You could use, I think a like guillotine paper trimmer would work as well, but I'm not really sure because I don't have one of those. And I do definitely need to get myself a new rotary. But I use it so rarely that I don't know. Okay, so I'm just trimming up the edges here. So I've placed my straight edge at the top and then just found a straight edge that I could go all the way to the bottom. And then let's flip it around and do the same thing. So I'm sitting at about 2 3/8 of an inch. I think that's 1, 2, 3, 4. I could probably go just a little bigger, maybe about 2.5. Well, let's go just 1/16 smaller than that. So just kind of gauge how much fabric you have. Okay. And then I need at least 4 inches of fabric, but it looks like I could get a little bit more. And a little bit more would be good because then I can wrap it around to the back. So I'm going to go at about 4.5 inches. Now I'm not using this little piece for anything, so you can throw it away, or if you want to cut out some die cuts or use it for the inside of a card, you definitely can do that. But these pieces here for me are just trash. So we've got a piece, it's about 2.5 inches by 4.5 inches, and we're going to stamp on it. It's really fun that we can do so many different things with the fabric. And stamping on fabric is a great technique. And we're going to stamp our little starburst. And it looks like I've got a little bit of ink on the outside, and I don't want that to transfer to my fabric, so I'm just going to clean this up a little bit. And you can do it randomly, you could do a pattern. If I do make a pattern, I usually like to start at an angle and then kind of stamp around that angle. So you see that I created an angle coming down with those images, and then I can just go in between however I want. Okay, so something like that. Maybe let's do one more over here. Okay. So it can look however you want. Okay, and in the end, it kind of looks like I did rows, doesn't it? But that's okay, it doesn't really matter. What we're going to do is we are going to now put this on the bottom of our Flirty Flamingo. And the nice thing is it's going to adhere perfectly or easily because we've got this adhesive backing on it. So just make sure that the adhesive sticks to the fabric. And you're just going to peel it off. If it's easier for you to work with half of it on and half of it off, you can do that. Just place it so that it's touching the bottom edge. And if you did have enough to do a little extra on the sides, it's okay if it comes off that side because you can just wrap it to the back. And then put this on this side, just like that, and roll that to the back. Okay, so it's a little bit frayed here at the bottom. I'm not concerned about that. Okay, so from the striped piece here, we are going to cut it in half. And you can use your rotary or just you can eyeball it. Just like this. And then you're going to take some Tear and Tape, and we want to have a finished edge here at the top. And so take your Tear and Tape, place it along one edge of each strip. So then just kind of fold it down. It doesn't need to be folded the same width as the Tear and Tape. Okay, so you just want a nice folded edge at the top there. And we'll repeat over on this side. So I'm folding it maybe about 1/4 inch down. Okay. And then here on our card base or our card front, I'm going to add some Tear and Tape across the top. And I want this to be nice and straight. Okay. And then you're going to add your fabric. Now, when we add the fabric, we do want it to be added straight. So find a point on either grid paper or with a ruler where you can add this fabric. And we want the tops to match up. Okay, so we're going to hide that seam. Let's go ahead and trim off this excess here. And then just like we did before, we're going to wrap it to the back. So add some tear and tape and wrap it to the back. That gives us a nice finished edge, which is kind of funny because we didn't do a finished edge there. So if you wanted to, if you haven't made your card yet and you think, oh, I'd like it to have a finished edge here, so you could wrap that and then put it on, but I think it's okay. Then we're going to cover up this unfinished edge with more tear and tape. So make sure to kind of go all the way across, and again, we want it to be nice and straight across our cards. So just about there. And you know what? I'm just going to wrap it to the back on that one and then add some here. Okay. Then I'm going to take this, and I do have an unfinished edge, and that's going to point down. Actually, that doesn't matter because it'll be on the back. That's going to point down, okay? So just place that right over that tear and tape and wrap to the back. Okay, so that is what the back of our piece is going to look like. We've stamped on the fabric, and then we've added this really cute edging with those pieces from the stocking. Let's go ahead and add this to our card base, and I'm using a card base of thick, basic white cardstock. And because this is so thick here, I'm actually going to use something other than dimensionals, and it is the foam adhesive sheets. They are just slightly thicker than the dimensionals, so that's kind of fun. So we have lots of options here. If you don't have these, you could also use the foam adhesive strips. So these are the sheets, foam adhesive sheets. You could use foam adhesive strips as well. They're thicker than the dimensionals. And I'm just cutting a little strip off of the sheet, cutting it into 5 sections, and then adding them to the corners, and then 1 to the middle. There's no real right or wrong here. So just whatever looks good. But what you want to do is give enough space for that folded fabric so that it doesn't bubble up your card when it's all together. So this card is going to be thicker than, you know, maybe some of your other cards. So if you do mail it, you'll want to include some probably extra postage. So let's go ahead and pop this in the center of our card base. Just like that. Really cute. All right, so let's next do some stamping. One of the fun techniques that this card has is paper piecing, and that's when you stamp the same image multiple times, either in different colors or on patterned paper, and then you cut it out and lay it over the original image. And so what I've got here are 3 colors that coordinate. I have Shaded Spruce, I have the Poppy Parade Stampin' Spot that came in the kit, and Flirty Flamingo. And I could use any colors, but because I'm putting it on the Pool Party tag, I didn't want to use Pool Party so that they all had good contrast against the background. And I'm going to stamp it 3 times because there's 3 ornaments in those 3 different colors. So I could make 3 of these cards or do paper piecing 3 times because I could cut out each one of these and then mix and match them. I hope that makes sense. So once I've done that, you can fussy cut those out, and then you're going to end up with one of each color in each design. So make sure that you pick a different ornament to cut out. So for this, I did the shaded spruce, the one on the bottom. I did flirty flamingo, the one on the right, and then poppy parade, the one on the left. However, for my original card, I did poppy parade on the right, flirty flamingo at the bottom, and the shaded spruce on the left. So you can mix and match those. They don't have to be exactly like I'm doing. I'm also going to stamp the loop-de-loop on my ornament here. And the top I'm going to have so that the loops are at the top. And then the one at the bottom, the loops are going to be flipped over at the bottom, just like that. And then I'm going to not add a topper to this, okay, because there really aren't as many toppers as there are ornaments in the kit, which I'm not really sure why they did it like that. All right, so now we're going to stamp the original image so that we can piece those pieces from the small ornament onto our tag. And I did reinforce the opening of the tag with some tear and tape so that that doesn't pop out. And I'm going to put that in the bottom right corner. And then I'm going to use my embossing buddy and my Versamark ink, and we're going to heat emboss this stamp right in the center at the top. And then grab your white embossing powder. Tap off the excess. And then we're going to heat it up. Okay, and when you're done, it's going to look something like this. It's okay if those details don't show up very well, because we're going to take our colored ornaments, put a little Stampin' Dimensional on the back, and then add them over those original or those heat embossed images. And it's really quite easy to just pop these on. Okay, it's going to end up looking like that. Really cute. So now we're going to add dimensionals to the top and bottom of our blue tag. Don't do in the middle because that is where the fabric is, and you won't be able to adhere. It's going to make it too thick. So this is going to go kind of near the top. It's not in the middle. Just put it up a little closer, about a 1/2 inch or so on the right side. And you can see how you have that little extra, you need that space there for that fabric. So pop that down. And then you're going to take some dimensionals for the top and bottom of your ornament as well. Make sure to leave the middle untouched so that you can put it around the fabric. Hold on, this looks crooked. Okay, so then this is going to go and slide it under those ornaments, okay? And then just goes on this side. Looks like I've put too much dimensional here. So I'm going to just kind of trim some of this dimensional off. Just like that. Okay, and then press down. So that's the grouping. So I've also stamped and heat embossed my greeting. I used Sending Lots of Cheer onto some Poppy Parade cardstock, and I'm going to add this with some dimensionals. And that's just going to go here at the bottom of my pool party tag. And it does come off just a little bit, just like that. And then the very last thing we're going to add is a little string for our big ornament. And I'm going to use my white gel pen. This is my favorite gel pen, and I get mine from Amazon, and I'll include the link below. So I'm just going to use it to draw a white line going almost to the top. And then from here, you can do loops, very similar to the loops that are stamped. So 2 kind of long, skinny loops, and then some little ends that loop up just like that, just to kind of mimic, again, that same kind of basic shape. And your card is all done. If you would like to see written instructions or close-up images on how I created this card, you can visit my blog, creativechelsea.com. If you would like to subscribe to get your own paper pumpkin kit, you can do so using the link in the description box below. Thanks so much for watching. Have a creative day. Bye.